Hello again, and welcome to the first part of the e-learning principles video. In this section, we are going to explore benefits and limitations of e-learning experiences. We will also examine an example of a framework to help us structure the creation of e-learning content. And finally, we will share some practical advices for developing a good quality online learning materials. So let's start with our first topic about the benefits and limitations of e-learning. First, let's define what do we mean by the term e-learning. It is an interactive educational process that involves delivering educational content, enforcing knowledge, and facilitating communication between student-teacher and student-student through information technology, especially internet communication tools. This definition emphasizes the role of technology in improving educational experiences, but also it underlines the interactive nature of e-learning. As we will see later on, this element is not always guaranteed, and this is why learning designers should pay special attention to this aspect. Also, we want to precise that in this video, e-learning and learning online will refer to the same concept. E-learning can occur in synchronous or asynchronous formats. Synchronous learning happens in real time with live interactions through webinars, virtual classrooms, or video conferences. In contrast, asynchronous learning offers flexibility, enabling learners to choose the time when they want to access materials such as recorded lectures, discussion forums, or self-paced modules. Of course, there is no right answer which one is more efficient for learning. It all depends on the context, learning objectives, as well as personal needs and preferences. Both approaches have their benefits. For example, synchronous learning provides a chance for real-time collaboration, while asynchronous learning offers the possibility of self-directed study and accommodates different schedules. It would be incorrect to say that e-learning is better than the classroom learning, but neither it is correct to say that traditional classroom setting is better than learning online. It all depends on multiple factors that we need to consider. Let's focus on the benefits of e-learning. It offers unparalleled flexibility in terms of time and location. We can learn anytime, anywhere, at our own pace. No need to commute or follow rigid schedules. You can study from the comfort of your home office or while traveling. Another argument we can hear is that e-learning can accommodate a large number of students without the limitations of physical classroom space. For example, MOOCs, so massive open online courses, make high-quality education accessible to a global audience. Online courses can often reduce costs related to travel, materials, and classroom infrastructure, making education more accessible. Learners can choose specific courses and focus on areas that align with their goals and needs. And finally, a wide range of resources is another benefit of e-learning. Interactive modules, videos, simulations, and gamification can improve engagement, and many times offers diverse ways to understand concepts. However, we need to be conscious of learning online limitations as well. We all know how unstable internet connection or unreliable platforms can interrupt learning. Also, without a fixed schedule, students need strong motivation and time management skills to stay on track. The quality of online courses can vary significantly, depending on the provider and the course design. Online learning makes it harder to build relationships and group dynamics than in traditional classroom setting. Unlike in-person learning, where questions can be answered immediately, in online learning we may have to wait for answers, which can slow down our progress. While online forums and virtual meetings help, they don't fully replace the dynamic interaction of in-person teamwork. Nevertheless, we know that the rapid development of new technologies is beginning to address the three last challenges. Solutions like virtual reality, augmented reality, or generative AI create more opportunities for real-time, interactive online learning. These technologies can provide instant feedback and foster collaboration between students. Also, for example, VR glasses can analyze the user's emotional and physical responses to certain activities, such as monitoring eye movement, pulse, and body temperature, providing data about emotional and psychophysical states. However, these tools can't fully replace the benefits of traditional in-classroom experiences. This presents a challenge for educators. They must recognize the unique value of in-person lessons and figure out how to adapt their teaching to new digital tools. But that's a topic for another video. Let's get back to e-learning. In this part, we will explore a tool that can help us structure the development of our e-learning materials. The ADDIE model is an adaptation of the systems engineering process and is widely used for course development. While it is not the only instructional design framework, ADDIE remains one of the most popular among educational designers and training developers for creating effective learning experiences and structured training programs. The ADDIE model's name is an acronym that describes the 5 essential phases for designing and developing learning experiences. These are analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. In the analysis stage, we examine our target group to understand their needs and educational goals. This phase also involves identifying the learning environment, such as e-learning or webinar platform, where the training will take place. So in short, here we make sure we know what needs to be achieved and the context in which the learning process will occur. The second stage is design, where course designers create a detailed plan, a scenario for the learning experience. Here we select the teaching strategies, choose assessment methods, and outline the course content. This plan serves us as a roadmap that helps align all course elements with educational goals. Then we proceed to development phase, where e-learning designers create the course content such as videos, PDFs, ebooks, or podcasts. So this describes the process of producing the actual learning material. In the implementation phase, we put the plan into practice within the specific learning environment. This can involve hosting webinars, or we simply provide the access to course material on a platform. We remain present throughout the course duration, offering help, answering questions, and clarifying doubts when needed. And finally, in the evaluation phase, we gather feedback from course participants, using tools such as surveys, interviews, or reports. Also, we analyze quantitative data to measure learning outcomes. The evaluation step is sometimes overlooked, yet it can be a valuable source of ideas, what extra materials could be added, or which mistakes we could correct for the next time we launch the course. Now let's switch to the question how to create a better e-learning experience. Whether you are designing your first e-learning course or refining your current materials, these tips will make your content more engaging, effective, and accessible. First, remember that creating an online training session often takes longer than its final runtime, so make sure to invest the time and effort it requires. Okay, let's begin with the foundation of any great online course, which is setting goals. If possible, in addition to understanding your target group's learning needs, ask yourself, how would I want to experience this content? Create learning materials that you would find engaging and useful yourself. Now, when you have set the goals, it is time to focus on techniques. In other words, how will you create an environment that fosters the learning process? Simply being an expert is not enough. you need to decide what elements are most essential and break down your knowledge into manageable, digestible parts. Each piece of information should be aligned with the bigger picture. As you see, the form does not come as first. It should adapt to the goals and techniques. Sure, a nice design course can help to capture attention, but when you exaggerate with the visuals, it can be the only thing that the students will remember. So again, always ask yourself, what is the purpose of this training? This question will help you stay on track. Avoid overloading your course with too many images or animations, as they can distract rather than support the learning experience. One of the most crucial aspects of online teaching is motivation. How will you keep your learners engaged throughout the course? Connecting the content to the objectives is one thing, and another are interactive elements that can help your students keep learning. You can use quizzes, but also other opportunities for learners to interact, share ideas, and complete assignments. Giving learners a chance to practice what they have learned in a meaningful context is also a key to effective teaching. Keep the course dynamic by diversifying the content. Video plus quiz for all your course could be too monotonous solution. Mixing text, videos, quizzes, and assignments can create a rhythm that maintains the learner's attention. Don't be afraid to present your material with personality. Even if it's a bit raw or imperfect, that could be also positive and help learners relate better to your content. Contact with the teacher is also an added value to your course. Online learning doesn't have to be isolated, so make sure learners can reach out if they have questions or doubts. Offering good support systems like Q&A sessions, live webinars, or dedicated office hours can make a difference in their learning experience. Finally, always be ready to improve your material. Technology changes, and so do learning needs. Make sure your content is regularly updated and be flexible when things don't go as planned. You will inevitably meet technical problems or unexpected challenges, but this is all part of the process. Constant improvement is a key for an effective and relevant course. In summary, designing a successful online course involves thoughtful planning and clear objectives, diverse teaching techniques, and engaging content. Stay focused on your goals and always be ready to adapt and improve. With these strategies, you can create an online learning experience that makes a real difference. Thank you for watching this video. In the second part of the e-learning principles, we are going to focus on practical advices on creating synchronous learning experiences such as webinars. But also we will discover strategies on how to improve your lifelong learning skills and learn how to learn more effectively, not only in online courses. Stay tuned and see you soon.